Hey guys, how are you? I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my dream, my project that's going to be built, and to tell you a little bit about myself too, so you can get to know the creator behind the creature. Ever since I was a little kid, I always dreamed of building cars, and now I'm starting to make that dream a reality. I've been developing the car I'm going to build for the past 5 years, 4 years something. But it's not the only one I've ever designed, and just to show you, to give you a little sneak peek into myself, this is the one that almost got built. It's inspired by the Shelby Cobra, and I designed it. It was far along enough that I built this scale model, but ultimately I decided to go for another one. This other one is mid-engined, and it's inspired by the Alpha 33 Stradale. Back in 2018, I was taking a test for a job, and I finished the test before the time limit, so I couldn't leave, but I had to sit there. So got a little bit of a blank page and started sketching, and this one came out. As you can see, it's very much inspired and influenced by the Alpha 33 Stradale and other designs from the 60s, such as the Ferrari 330 P3 and 4, Jaguar XJ13, Lolo T70, Ford GT40 and P8, mostly by the Alpha, but not only. And last year, after these 4-something years of development, I decided to take the plunge, go for it, and I bought a donor car. Had the engine and transmission taken out of it because I don't have an engine crane where I'm building the car in my mom's backyard, by the way, and got the car shipped there with the engine and transmission separated from it, and I started disassembling everything. And as I did, I started to take measurements and 3D model everything I need for my project. So right now the car itself is not being built, but I'm finishing 3D modeling everything. Why am I doing that? Because I want to incorporate some design elements and mechanical elements from those cars from the 60s into my design. Especially from the Alpha, the ITBs, individual throttle body intake manifold, that sits under glass like a jewel, you know. So as you look through the glass, you see those ITBs, and they're so sexy. You see the tunnels for the intake, and I wanted to have that look. So I designed an intake manifold based off the measurements that I took from the Audi's. I'm using an A4, by the way, as a donor. So I took measurements from the original intake, all the ones I needed, and 3D modeled a new intake manifold from scratch, and 3D printed the base and everything I needed to make sure that it fits. It does. So now I finished 3D modeling it, and here's a peek. After that, I'm gonna 3D print the whole thing and gonna take it to a foundry here in my town and turn that plastic intake into an aluminum intake. It's gonna be very cool. And as you can see, the lid is actually polycarbonate, so you're gonna be able to see through it just like in the Alpha. So besides that, I'm 3D modeling all the important parts, such as the steering column and steering rack, so that I can design the suspension around it. And well, I want to make sure that everything that I'm gonna need is gonna fit, and it's gonna fit well, so I can make sure that all the wires, hoses, everything has its own place, and I'm not gonna have to redo everything all the time, you know. I'm aware that in a project like this, you have to do it sometimes, but I want to avoid wasting time and money by redoing everything. So that's why I'm 3D modeling everything, so that everything is done in the computer prior to starting the actual build, which will be very soon. Very soon I'll start cutting tubes and welding them up, so the chassis is about to start in maybe 3 weeks, something like that. And I'm almost finished with a patenting process for the body of the car. And as soon as that patent has come through, you're gonna see the actual design that's actually gonna be built as well. Okay, so stay tuned, and thanks for following me so far. Subscribe, like the video, share the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.